Okay, this is the first clip that I took. It's when they stopped the BART train at the Fruitville station to pull these boys out from the train in front of the train that I was riding in. And they just sit them down there, and at this point the cops are banging on the window in the train in front of us, telling another two, or I don't know if it was one or two boys that were on the other train still, and trying to get them off the train. Okay, this is the second clip. Right here, the officer is basically, I don't know exactly what she's telling them, but the gentleman, Mr. Grant, he's basically pushing his friend aside, telling him not to get too rowdy with the cops. So then this officer approaches Mr. Grant and throws him on the floor, and he puts his hands up right here, like telling the cops, they're all being cooperative, they're all telling the cops, okay, 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 and they're just sitting down. They're trying to cooperate. I run back into the train at that point because other boys that were with them that night started approaching the cops, and they're all getting rowdy, and I didn't want to be in the middle of that, so I got back into the BART train. And I'm trying to record, but the BART train is so packed that all these people are like blocking what I'm trying to record. At this point, the cops are just dealing with them, yelling at them, cussing at them. I can't really see at this point what's going on. At this point, I'm standing, the BART train, the doors are open. So I'm standing at the door, it's open, and we're all just kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you could say. Like, this is where I see that the cops start hitting them. So I realize this is not okay, so that's when I get out of the train and I start walking up to the situation to get a good picture. Here they're yelling at him. He's being cooperative, but yet they still, they yell at him or whatnot. And let me see, here they put him on his belt. I think they're right here, what they're doing is trying to restrain them. You see them lay him down flat on his belly. He's hitting him at that point. You just see the two police officers on top of him. He's flat on his belly. I'm looking at his face, lying flat on the floor. He's not squirming. He's not fidgeting. He's being cooperative. Then they start. You hear the gunshot, turn back, look at his face. He's in pain. I see the police officer nudge the other police officer, tell him, why did you do that? He must have not known why he did that. They're checking on him to see if he's okay. Obviously, he's shot. That's me telling everyone that he was just shot. Then some boys started throwing stuff at the police officers. It got way hectic, so I hopped back on the BART train. At this point, the female officer approaches me, the door's shut, and she's banging on the plastic of the door, telling me to give her my camera, and I tell her no.
After the shot was fired. Yeah, if you want. Mainly for my curiosity, but after the shot was fired, how did the police? We see you on camera, but the camera moves away. How did, based on what you saw, how did the police react to it?
Well, that's the biggest thing of it all. That even though I was recording, it was chaos. So my camera wasn't really catching what my eyes were doing. I'm holding the camera like this, but at the same time, I'm moving my head, seeing things with my own eyes. When the gunshot went off, I turned to the boy. I saw the smoke from the gun, so I knew that's the boy that has been shot, the one that the police was standing over him at that point. And I look at the officer. He was like, I would say a Caucasian guy. He looked kind of young. And his eyes are like, he's in shock for what he just did. And you see another officer nudge him on the shoulder, like tell him why did you do that, or what happened? And the officer that shot the boy, he was like looking at him like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, just looking at him, like, he couldn't believe what he had done. And that's when I was like, wow, that, I was in shock. I was like, this is so unprofessional. Like, I cannot believe that in a couple of seconds you just draw your gun out and shoot somebody who's willingly, you know, laying on the floor with his hands behind his back. I don't know how you can do that.
But at the time, when you see the officer with that puzzled look on his face, you at that point still didn't know that he had been shot.
No, I knew. And that you can hear me say, oh my God, he's been shot, this guy's been shot.
Okay, but afterwards you thought, you looked back on it and thought, well, maybe he was tased because what they were saying on
Yeah, that was once I had already gotten back on a train coming home.
Shot with a gun.
For sure.
After the event, you started thinking, well, maybe he was tased, and the next day, that's when you realized, oh, he actually
he was actually had been shot.
There and back and back. Okay.
Yeah, the reason I mean, I knew automatically it was a gunshot because in BART, you know, the concrete walls, it echoed really loud, and I was like, I don't think taser guns do that. But I mean, on the ride home, my roommate, my friends were trying to reassure me, like, it's okay, Karina. He's fine. He's not dead. It was a taser gun. And I was like, I don't know, guys. That really sounded like a gun. And then the next day, my friend calls me, and he's like, it's all over the place. He's dead. He died in Highland Hospital. And I went out, bought the newspaper, and sure enough.
Just some cutaways. You can keep talking.
00.
2300, and that's 519?
Mm-hmm.